We now continue with the geometric progression. We are now on exercise 3, that is 11C. Now in 11C, the only new thing what we are having is the geometric mean. So we know that A upon B is equals to B upon C. You can see, or you can say directly over here, that if you know that A, B and C are in geometric progression, then you know that B upon A will be equal to C upon B, right? So that's why what is going to happen, B square will be equal to AC. Now this particular thing is the formula for geometric mean. Okay, so geometric mean B is the geometric mean. So if 3 numbers are in GP, okay, it's a simple thing, and if 3 numbers are in GP, then the square of the middle term will be the sum or product of the first and the last. So that is the geometric mean formula. So we have this formula as B square is equals to AC as the geometric mean. This is the only thing which is new in this particular part of the chapter, that is exercise 11C. So we start with exercise, that is exercise 11C, exercise number 11C. We see the first sum. Find the seventh term from the end of the series, that is, we have over here the series is root 2, 2, 2 root 2 and up to 32. Okay, so we want to find out the seventh term from the end. Okay, now what we will do is that, suppose we first find out the R. So we have A is equals to root 2, therefore R is equals to 2 upon root 2 is equals to root 2, because this cancels to root 2, so that's root 2. So if I start from here, what will happen? A will be equal to 32 and R will be equal to 1 upon root 2, because it will be something into root 2 is going to give me 32. So वैसे ही अगर मैं उल्टा जाऊँ तो what will happen? If this is my first term, then 2 root 2 upon 2 will be root 2. So ऐसे करके if I go on going on, so it will be 2 upon 2 root 2. See, if I go from ulta, if I go ulta, then suppose this is the term as A, then what will be the R? R will be equal to 2 upon 2 root 2. So it will be 1 upon root 2. Right, so we are going to take ulta. Why? Because they asked the question to find out the seventh term from the end. So from seventh term from the end, so seventh from end will be equal to T7 as per this information. It is T7. So T7 is equals to AR raised to 6. So that is going to be 32 into 1 upon root 2 raised to 6. Right? So that is nothing but 32 into 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 2 into 6. So that is going to be 3. So that is going to be as 32 into 1 upon 8. So that is 4. So that's 4. So T7 from end is 4. Therefore, we can say seventh term from end is equals to 4. Is it clear? So this is what we see as the answer for 11C. 11C ka first sum is 4. We now see the third sum. See, the first sum you could also do this way. You find out the value of n for 32 and then you say the seventh term from the last. That is also possible to be done. But so suppose you come to the the 32 number is the, let's say, the 15th term. Then you are going to subtract 7 plus 1 karke, you can take the 7th term from the last. But normally it will be easier to start from the last one and get the answer rather than that. So we can take the formula also that way. The Tn from last will be, we can take it this way as Tn minus 7 is equals to L upon R raised to n minus 1. You can take it this way also. So that is another method of doing it. That is exactly what we did. L was 32 and we took the root R to be as 1 upon that thing, and we have taken it this way. So sum number 3. GP is, they are given the GP as 1 upon 27, 1 upon 9, 1 upon 3 up to 81. Find the product of the fourth term from the beginning and fourth term from the end. Right? So we have the fourth term from the beginning and the fourth term from the end. So we have got A is equals to, so from beginning, A is equals to 1 upon 27 and R is equals to 1 upon 3 upon 1 upon 27 is equal to 27 upon 3 is equals to 9. Therefore, T4 is equals to AR raised to 4 minus 1 is equals to 1 upon 27 into 9 raised to 3. So that is going to be 9 into 9 into 9 upon 27. So that's 9 3s are and then 3s are. So again 27. Whereas from last, if you take it from the last, what is going to happen? We have got A is equals to 81 and R will be reciprocal 1 upon 9 ho jayega. Therefore T4 will be AR raised to 4 minus 1 is equals to 81 into 1 upon 9 the whole raised to 3. So that will be 81 upon 9 into 9 into 9. So that will be 9. So is equals to 1 upon 9. So T4 from the last will be 1 upon 9. You need to find the product of the fourth term from the end last. So now product is, so product is equals to 27 into 1 upon 9 is 3. So the answer for the third sum will be 3. Okay, clear? We now move on to sum number 5. Sum number 5. If A, B and C are in GP, prove that log A, log B, log C are in GP. Okay. So log A, log B and log C are in AP. Oh, okay. So you have over here A, B, C are in GP. A, B, C are in GP. Proof log A, log B, log C in AP. So first thing what we have is, for this to be in AP, we need to prove that log of B minus log of A is equal to log of C minus log of B. So that is nothing but log of B upon A is equal to log of C upon B. Therefore, taking anti-log, we get B upon A is equal to C upon B. Therefore, B square is equal to AC. Now we already know that ABC in GP. Therefore, B square is equal to AC. Hence, log A, log B, log C in AP. You can see this sum was quite unique. They have given you some numbers in GP and wanted to prove that other numbers are in AP. The combination of GP and AP is there over here. This is in GP. So I know that B square is equal to AC. That is one part. But from here, what I need to prove is that difference of this two is equal to difference of this two. So that means this two is log of B minus log of A is nothing but log of B upon A and log of C upon B. So what is B up log? Both sides log is there, so it can get cancelled. So it will be B upon A is equal to C upon B. So you can see B square is equal to AC. Right? So automatically, if this is true, then this is true. And this is already true. So this is automatically true. Okay. So this was sum number 5. Now we move on to sum number 7. Okay, we do one thing because 7 is already solved, I suppose. Show that solve कर ही दिया है पूरा, so there is no need. So we take the 6th one in that case and the 8th one because 9th again is solved. So we take the 6th and the 8th sum. Right? Let's see this. 6th sum. If each term of the GP is raised to the power x, show that resulting sequence is also in GP. Okay, let's see this. So if each term of a GP, so we can see that 6th one, you are given that A, B and C are in GP. You have to show that A raised to x, B raised to x and C raised to x are in GP. So here we know that A upon B is equals to B upon C, or we can say, sorry, B upon A is equals to C upon B. Therefore, B square is equals to AC. Right? Over here, what is going to happen? B raised to x upon A raised to x is equals to C raised to x upon B raised to x. So, suppose we say that this is already in GP. Right? Then what should happen? B raised to x the whole square is equals to A raised to x into C raised to x. Right? So that is nothing but B raised to x, sorry, B square the whole raised to x is equals to A into C the whole raised to x. Taking the x root, you get B square is equals to AC. So you can see that because this is also giving the same result as this one, therefore these are in GP. Okay, these are simple proofs, but and normally up till now it is not been asked much, so we need not worry as such. So yeah, this is how it is done. So you can also take it as directly by the formula B square minus AC. B square is equal to AC. So we can have that particular form. We can also do it this manner, that I know that A raised to x, what is the value of A raised to x into C raised to x? So that is, we know that A, it's AC raised to x. AC is nothing but B square as per this. So B square the whole raised to x is equals to B raised to 2x. B raised to 2x is nothing but B raised to x the whole square. So automatically, therefore, AX CX is equals to B 2x. Therefore, AX, B raised to x and C raised to x are in GP. So both methods are okay. You can also do it this way, or you can show it this way also. You already know that A raised to x and C raised to x का multiplication क्या होना चाहिए? So it should be this much, which we know by this, we know that B square is equal to AC. So instead of AC, you are getting B square. In fact, this is a better method because here you are taking already that thing is, so you can cancel this part. It is better to use this one because here you are not taking that is already same. We are proving it. Okay. So here you are saying that AC is already B square, so which is Bx raised to 2. So that is why these are in GP. Take the sum number 8 now. So sum number 8 is A, B, C are in GP, AX, BX, BY, CY are in AP. Prove that 1 upon X, 1 upon Y is equal to 2B and A upon X, C upon Y is equal to 0. Okay, let's see this one. So first thing what we have is A, B, C are in GP. So with sum A, B, C in GP. Therefore, B square is equal to AC. That's the first thing what we have. The other thing what we have is A, X, B, YC in AP. Therefore, we know that X minus A is equals to B minus X, right? So we can say over here 2X is equals to A plus B. Similarly, we have Y minus B is equals to C minus Y. So that is 2Y is equals to B plus C. Got it? Now, what we are going to do is what is asked. We have over here 1 upon X plus 1 upon Y. We need to prove it to be 2 upon B. So that is to prove. So we'll take the LHS. So 1 upon X. What is X? X is nothing but A plus B upon 2 plus 1 upon B plus C upon 2. So 2 goes up. So it will be 2 A plus B plus 2 B plus C. Right? Okay. So that is what you are having. Now you are going to take the LCM. So this will become 2B plus 2C plus 2A plus 2B upon AB plus AC plus B square plus BC. Okay. Now you can see over here B and B is same. So that gives me as 2A plus 4B plus 2C upon AB plus AC plus B square plus BC. One sec. Okay, now let's put this particular thing into the formula. So we have over here 2A plus 4B plus 2C upon AB, we keep it as it is. So AB, AC is B square plus BC. So that will be 2 bracket will be A plus 2B plus C upon, here it is 2B square, so B will be common. So B taking common, we get A plus 2B plus C. See this is AB plus 2B square plus BC. So B is common in all of them. So 2B के बदले 2B square के बदले 2B आएगा, यहाँ पे A आएगा, यहाँ पे C आएगा. So this and this gets cancelled. So equals to 2B. Therefore LHS is equals to RHS. Got it? This was the first part of the sum. Got it? Now we see the second part of the sum. Right? Got this? Easy. X का value इधर मिल गया था मुझे. AB upon 2. Y is BC upon 2. Clear? Now let's take the second part. So the second part is here. Part 2 is A upon X plus C upon Y is equals to 2. So we get A upon A plus B upon 2 plus, so LHS, C upon B plus C upon 2. That will give me 2A upon A plus B plus 2C upon B plus C. That will give me 2A into B plus C plus 2C into A plus B upon A plus B into B plus C. Okay. We now need to do the multiplication. So you get 2AB plus 2AC plus 2AC plus 2CB, AC, yeah, 2C, okay, upon, this will be AB plus B square AB plus AC plus B square plus BC. AB, AC, B square, BC. Now we are going to take the common thing. So 2AB plus 4AC plus 2BC upon AB is remaining as AB. AC becomes B square plus BC. That is nothing but 2 common. AB plus 2AC plus, we'll do one thing here, because AC is required, so we'll keep this as AC. So this is AB plus 2AC plus BC. Over here it is AB plus 2AC plus BC. So this gets cancelled. Accordingly, this is 2. That is what is required. So LHS is equals to RHS. So that was about the exercise 11C, quite a easy exercise, right? Now comes the main part of the chapter, and that is the sum of the n terms of the GP. So if I want to have the n terms, then like suppose it is 2, 4, 2, then 4, and then 8, and then 16, और उसको add करना, तो 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2, if I want to add them up, then what is the formula I am going to use? So that is what you are going to take up in the next exercise. So let me see. Yeah, I can continue in this particular part, or else I'll just make another video.